like 2 degrees.
Is it about 2 degrees? Well, I'd say about 8. That's Celsius, everyone. For our friends down in America, it's chilly, but it's warm. As you can see, the Ferrari is loving the sun. It's out of hibernation. We'll show you. Well, there's really no snow to show. There's just little patches. So, welcome back. We've had some progress. The car is moving, right?
Yep.
Last video showed us correct the front caliper, and we corrected the emergency brake.
Yeah.
So things have been rolling along. Our next project is the sticky button issues. I've discussed this before.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start off small. The biggest question is if we actually tear the dash apart and take everything out, or do we just simply mask around everything and spray it in place? My biggest fear is that we take things apart and we break something, right? We need every bit of the budget to get the car painted, and we're hoping that will be in a couple months. So the sticky button issue, we're going to follow the guidelines or the video that Normal Guy Supercar put out, and we're going to use the borax solution and try and get all the sticky button goo off that way. So I'm going to see how many people are alive, and you can take it away there, Dominic.
Yeah.
If I can find us here, Dominic.
Oh, yeah, just click on our profile.
Right here?
Yep.
Sorry, I always have to figure this out. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Okay. Sorry, I always have to. And
So when
we have
one guy.
yeah, okay,
we're a little delayed.
but it's fine. It's
Okay,
fine. Yeah.
so we have Benji. Benji Games 2 Fellas. That's quite the
That's quite the username.
that's quite the unique username.
Yeah.
So where are you from, Benji? If you have any friends, tell them there's a pretty cool Ferrari channel on right now. And are you a subscriber? That'd be awesome to know too, because you know, subscribers are hard to come by in the YouTube world, hey?
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
Very intense. So we're here to answer questions, hopefully get some new subscribers, get some interest in our project. As you can see, it's come along quite a ways from, can you believe it's 2 years ago?
Yeah, I can't believe how it's been 2 years.
2 years.
Building this car.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Supercar.
We bought it. So quick rundown, we bought this car 2 years ago, Copart auction, Dallas, Texas. Man, I can't even remember what we got it for. What did we get it for?
I think like
84?
86,000.
We'll have to get a good timeline on that.
We are maybe hopefully going to post a short for us winning the bid. So
okay, yeah.
Because I have a video about that.
That's right. So yeah, we'll do that because it's been 2 years and I forget the money that we've spent on it. I just know how much. How many followers there, Clark?
5. Benji Games 2 said North Carolina, and yes, I am.
Nice. Are you enjoying the content in North Carolina?
And a lot of comments.
And hello, everybody else. Hopefully, everybody's subscribers, and if not, like and subscribe. Father and son fixing a 458 Spider. You know, it's funny how many people go, you know, we kind of like the two-tone red and black. So, you know, if we were going to race this car on the track, we'd probably get away with leaving it red and black.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we are going to go black with it, everyone.
Soshin, I hope I'm spelling this right. Sogoshin Nagak said, Bo, are you solving your car?
Yes, we are solving it. I don't know what...
solving like a puzzle.
Yeah.
A jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, an expensive puzzle. Yeah. So I don't know what problems you're discussing, but maybe the airbag issue, fixed that quite a while ago, last summer. But we did recently fix the emergency brake actuator. So that's working now. I think we just got lucky with it, but it is, we did get it from Supercar Expert on, you see them on Facebook, but they're really good to deal with, very efficient. They respond to your questions right away. I'd highly recommend them. I think they're over in China, but they were really, the customer service was unreal. And I know they have a lot of solutions for the 458 Spider. So those problems are solved. Front caliper is back on, as you probably saw in the last video. So I think the only issue that we have that might need addressing by Ferrari is the parking sensors. This car didn't originally have sensors in the back bumper. We added them, but I think that's where we're getting the system not programmed error. So
Yeah.
I think the ECU doesn't recognize that option, so we might have to get that programmed in. It seems to be functioning.
Beast
Yeah.
Boy said, bro, my Bugatti is farting loudly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should take that to the doctor and get that looked at.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't solve Bugatti issues. That's well beyond my budget. We can hear the Canada geese coming back. So
Or that was a raven or something like that.
yeah, at least something's coming back to
Something,
Canada.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Anyone any more questions or?
well, we have somebody from Pakistan. Cool.
Hey,
We
nice to meet you.
love hearing from everybody around the world. That's great. I think most of our followers, well, YouTube show India and the United States are our top two. And
Yep.
then, of course, some Canadians.
Yep. And I think United Kingdom.
Oh, yeah, United
Yeah,
Kingdom.
United Kingdom.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy, Matt Armstrong, might follow us, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah?
Hopefully. Matt Armstrong, if you're watching this video,
Follow us.
follow us.
Shout out.
Or shout out, yeah.
Don't think it's going to happen. Anyway, we follow Matt. It would be great to actually go see he has a new shop now, as everybody probably knows. But yeah, so we have a few followers here.
Yep.
So in a little bit, we'll go over the car. We'll show the car. I kind of cleaned it up as well as I could to make it look as pretty as it can be when it's red and black.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a fun process. We're kind of excited. We've heard maybe the Ferrari prices are starting to go up again.
Yeah.
And there seems to be this big thing that the older cars are definitely more sought after because, people like the less technology, the functioning buttons, that tactical, push of a button. So yeah, so hopefully that helps us out.
Yeah, someone commented.
Well, how much fuel this car consumes. It's funny how you brought that up because I had some fuel in here and I let it run for about 25, 30 minutes just while I was getting it cleaned up, and I wanted to make sure everything was cooling and everything.
Quarter gas?
And now it's almost out. So
Wow.
it doesn't like to burn efficiently at idle, I don't think. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So we haven't fueled it completely up. We just don't want that full tank of fuel sitting in there just in case it's prolonged and we don't get this car back on the highway this year.
Yeah.
So, but check back. You know what? Maybe next live I'll have that answer for you. I kind of see. But for a big V8, I don't think they do that bad.
Yeah.
They're not a Honda. But yeah.
Yeah.
So does anybody else in the chat have a Ferrari project or drive a Ferrari or working on any kind of car?
Yeah.
Just because we're Ferrari Rescue, we definitely have some other projects in the shop. We're going to start working on a Range Rover
Yeah.
for Dominic.
Yeah. So we're working on this separate channel called Father and Son Ferrari. Father and Son Range Rover Rescue, and it's just gonna. We're gonna rebuild this Range Rover 2029.
No, 2008.
2008.
Yeah, it's old.
Range Rover.
Yeah. What's up, Clark?
So yeah.
Scotian Nagok said at least full 4 hour.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I don't, but I want a 430 or 458. Yeah, the 430s seem like a pretty good bargain.
Yeah.
Definitely a nice vehicle. I've never driven one. I remember when they first came out, I thought they were quite a change for Ferrari, the direction of the look. But yeah, the 458 I'm quite happy with. I might make some people angry here. I wouldn't mind working on a 488. TJ Hunt is doing one. He upgraded his turbos, and that sounds quite interesting because you can actually get a pretty wicked sound out of the 488. So,
Yeah.
they were kind of shunned a little bit at the beginning because of the sound of the 488, but it seems like with some modifications, you can get that car sounding pretty sweet. So, I don't know. I wouldn't mind rebuilding a 488. It's pretty much the same layout. It's just a
basically the
different power
same.
plant
Yeah,
and some
different
cosmetic issues.
horsepower, right?
Yeah,
I
so
think so. Yeah.
we'd have to cut apart the same parts if it was front end. So, yeah. So, are you you're out of where again? You're down in the States. Now, unfortunately, we were told we can't export this back to the United States as a salvage vehicle. Once it came across the border,
Yeah.
it's stuck here. But then I've also been told that there may be a way. So if there is, and you're interested in a pretty darn well rebuilt 458 Spider, this one will be up for grabs.
Yep.
Of course, we'll have to figure out all this tariff stuff
Junk. Yeah.
to our good neighbors down south, but I feel everything will work out.
Yeah.
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 I think we're too much of the same,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, so yeah, we don't want to get into the politics nonsense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as you can see, I'm starting to get a bit of a lot of sun in my eyes here. But yeah, so the
Yeah.
458 project, what else? Oh yeah, and then Dominic mentioned we were going to do this Range Rover channel. It already exists. Before we
Yeah.
bought this vehicle, we fixed
bought- yeah,
the
we-
2020 Evoque.
Evoke. Yeah. So I think after this live stream, I'm gonna put the link in the description, and you guys can click on the channel
Yeah.
and
Well,
see the.
Yeah, there's really
video.
not much there. We did a few videos on the Evoque, and then we kind of finished that quite quickly. It was such an easy fix for a Copart vehicle. We still have it. My wife drives it. Wouldn't say she's the biggest lover of the comfort of the vehicle, but for the price that we got it for,
Not bad.
you can't
not
go
bad.
wrong.
Yeah.
It's been good so far.
Yeah.
But we're going to switch it from the Evoque to a 2008 Range Rover full-size supercharged. I owned it. I bought it with 58,000 kilometers. It was an Eastern car from Montreal, where out east they use a lot more salt on the roads. So it's definitely showing the signs of salt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
So if anyone has more questions, please leave a comment down below. We'll try our best to answer all the questions
Yeah.
we are getting right now.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. We also will introduce my youngest son, Clark. He's been on the channel a few times as a cameraman and helped turn a few screws once in a while. I think the painting episode, right, Clark?
Come in here. Yeah.
Yeah, when we
Yeah.
painted.
Come here. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. In front. Yeah.
So here's
so-
Clark real quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
There.
Yeah.
Clark's a goalie. He's a hockey player also, but he's our cameraman today. So when we go walking around the vehicle, you're going to be the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a family project.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say mom's too interested in helping.
Yeah.
No.
Not so much. She's worried about the costs of this project.
Yeah,
So,
for sure, and understandable.
Yeah.
So
2. Social Nagak has said, "Have a nice day," and Benji Games 2 said, "How many times have you drove this 458?"
Benji, we have driven it a few times. We do little test drives. We're out in the country, so we do have a country road that we'll just do a quick back and forth on. And
Yeah.
when we had to go get it imported to Canada, we had a one-day transport to go get the inspection done for the final stage of getting it imported to Canada. It will still have to go for its rebuild certification check, but that won't be done until the paint is completed and the windshield is done. You know, I just spoke to my buddy Randy. He's a body guy and he does a lot of rebuilds. And I said, you know, maybe if I switched out the windshield, I can go get the salvage inspection completely done. And he said, you know, he went in and his car that he rebuilt, he left a small dent on the quarter panel, just a small dent, and they wouldn't pass it as rebuilt until that small dent was done. So I was like, well, I guess that won't work out for us. I was hoping I could get the rebuilt title, still with a little bit of side damage, but he said, no, you have to have it completely figured 100%.
Benji Games 2 also said, "Getting PPF after paint."
Yes.
Yes.
I think I was told I have to wait about 30 days to get it done. So I'm going to go PPF on the entire car, and I'm also going to go with windshield. It's not PPF for the body, but they do make, there are a couple manufacturers that make optically correct protection for the windshield. So, you know, for a $2,000 windshield, we're in Canada, we have a lot of rocks on the road, just
Oh, man.
well, it's left
crazy.
over from winter. They try and clean it up as well as they can, but they put a lot of rock sand on our highways just for grip. And
Yeah.
it's
brutal.
Yeah, it's
Brutal.
brutal. My Volvo windshield looks like it's being shot at. It just cracks everywhere. But you know, $800 for a windshield, and then within a month it's broken again. Yeah. So we're gonna do that, Benji. So hopefully that helps with the overall what interest in the vehicle when it goes for sale. Again, many of you might not know we are going to sell the vehicle.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we just can't afford to keep it.
Yeah.
You know, it's been, we were hoping to build this car for quite a bit cheaper, but yeah, we ran into some issues and shipping and customs, and it got the better of us. But
yeah.
you know, yeah, so that's where I was happy with the Ferrari prices going up. Seems like a lot of folks don't mind a rebuilt status car, because that car can be a driving car.
Oh,
you don't have to worry about parking it in the garage and letting it sit because you're worried about putting mileage on it. So yeah. Oh, somebody said, I will buy it. Where are you from? Are you Canadian or where are you from?
Or United
and
States?
Don't say $5 or 10. Yeah. You know what? I think it's Lovro. You know what? I believe we're not master mechanics, we're not Ferrari techs, but we do believe we've rebuilt this car as close to factory as we could. Yes, it does have some carbon components that aren't Ferrari, but you know, like the diffuser underneath, you know, to spend that much money on a product that can easily get broken with one speed bump. We went with an aftermarket one, so at least if you break a fin, you can replace the fin underneath. So we went practical on that. Yes, it would be great if it was a museum piece and you didn't want to drive it. Yeah, then I would go stock Ferrari. But items like that, we did go aftermarket. So there's no secret there. We just thought for where we live and the roads, it's just wise to get something that's easily fixable.
Yeah.
Volvo 7 has said, how much mileage and is it damaged?
Oh, mileage. You know what? I haven't looked for a while. I think it's 34 or 35,000 miles.
40,000?
That I'd have to get back to you. I haven't really focused on that. We go kilometers. So I think it's about 60,000 kilometers is what I recall. There is some damage. Do you want to do a walk around and we'll show you? No, it's not stolen. It's all legit.
It's not stolen, guys.
We actually have spoken to the previous owner in Dallas, and we have the whole story, how the crash. We're going to do a video. I have to reach out to Jason again. It's been a while, since almost a year, but he kind of told the story, hydroplaned and bounced off a vehicle and then bounced into a barrier, and that's where the damage came from.
Yeah, he said walk around the car. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's great having you as a cameraman, Clark.
Yeah.
So here is the vehicle. So the damage when we got it, as you, maybe if you're not a subscriber, that would be great to subscribe. You can go back in the history of the channel and you'll see the repairs. First few videos, we know we're not great, but it does give you the whole history. So anyway, when we got this vehicle, this wheel was pushed back and bent. So suspension components had to be replaced and the rim was totally toast. So we had to get a replacement rim, but really quite an easy fix. The first video that I ever did, I did that in a garage, poorly lit garage in Montana, and I got it working to the point I could get it onto the garage, onto the trailer. So, go ahead.
Benji Games 2 said, once you guys sell it, what is your next high-end project?
Ooh.
Wow. Ooh. You know what? I would love to do another Ferrari. McLaren, it might just be out of our league, at least until we get monetized, and the monetized position is quite a ways away still. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so we're gonna do the Range Rover, get it ready for my son to drive. But you know, the high end, it's either another 458, or like I said, I'd like to do a 488 and maybe do a repair, and then maybe work on the engine a little bit, maybe get the turbos replaced like TJ Hunt did and get
Yeah.
it tuned. That'd be a pretty cool project too. I wouldn't mind an A12 super fast, but the front end with the engine in the front, I'm a little worried on that because it could be a little out of our comfort level.
Lovo 7 said, "Oh, triple U, sorry." And Lovo 7 again said, "Can you show interior?"
Oh, okay.
And Benji Games 2 said, "570s are fairly affordable,
Yeah.
especially on salvage spectrum, I would believe."
Oh, okay, yeah, it might be something to look at.
Yeah.
You know what? So anyway, here's the most of the damage on the quarter panel, and the gentleman, I pulled a lot of it. We got it welded. The body shop that we're going to, he goes, "That's not a problem. They work with aluminum all the time, and they can get that fixed." The door we replaced with another one. It was just too heavily damaged, but just a little bit of work needs to be done there. Oh, I have it locked, actually.
Locked?
Yeah, I don't know why. Out in the country.
Oh, a new one. Need money for a BMW 43. It said, "Is it a 458?"
It is a 458
It is.
Spider. Yeah, we'll get a further back shot. There you go. Clark has big long legs on the tripod.
Yeah, so I can.
We can just do
Yeah,
this.
here.
And that'll help you out there. So there's the interior. Interior is in really good shape. We had to replace the steering wheel. No, just the side airbags actually. So the panels were all reupholstered. That's in a video. And we actually had it stamped SRS airbag to match the factory. You pop I'll get the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got the carbon racing seats, some carbon pieces on the center console, and the carbon steering wheel with the LED lights.
Oh, Lovo 7 said, "Can I buy it for 120K?"
What is that, Canadian or American?
Message retracted. Need money for BMW said, "Beautiful. Are you two rebuilding it?"
Yes.
Yes, we did rebuild it. Now I'm just trying to find where I put the key, Dominic.
And if anyone wants to see the engine, this is the engine.
Yeah, like I said, it was cleaner at one time, but we live on country roads, so.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and really we did a oil change. We did the coolant flush because we had to because of the damage that was in the front end. But you know what? I'll start it up in a little bit. But yeah, it's once we detail everything, it looks brand new. Everything's really, really good. We're just adjusting the tripod.
Lovo 7 said, "Can I buy it for 100K?"
100K.
And then he said, "Can I buy it?"
This is an auction.
And double question mark.
Well, you know what? It does go for sale. I don't know what currency you're talking about, so we would have to discuss that.
Yeah.
Dollars, American.
Oh, American.
American?
So I'd have to figure that out. Might be a little lower than what we could have to let it go for. Because we did buy it for 84. So we put well more than that into it so far. So yeah, is there more questions?
Need money for BMW 43 said, "I know the 458 sounds amazing!" Exclamation mark. Do you have any aftermarket exhaust on it?
No, right now it is stock. And to be honest with you, we were trying to kind of fix this car as factory as we can.
Yeah.
The previous owner put 488 rims on it. Other than that, we were really trying to keep it as factory as we could. Yes, some aftermarket carbon fiber, but we were really trying to stick with the brand. So Ferrari would be happy for us if we were ever under their radar. We were really just trying to keep it as factory as we could. But if we were keeping this car, we would go with another exhaust.
Lovo Savin said, I can't buy it. Sorry.
Oh, pulling my leg. So anyway, this is the front. Windshield is still smashed, but we do have a brand new one. It's an aftermarket windshield, but the guys doing the paint and body did not want it on or put in until they were done painting. So here's, so the front end was completely smashed over on the one side and damaged everything here.
Oh, there's,
Said, smart move, period. I would have done the same thing if I was going to sell it.
Oh, keep it. Oh yeah, for sure. So here's the front end all rebuilt. The videos you'll see that we had the whole front end completely cut off. You know, that's where the McLarens are nice because everything's bolt on, but this we had to cut off and get welded, aluminum welded. That video, I'm surprised that video hasn't been watched more than it has, because I think that was such a big step in the vehicle completion stage, hey?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was
definitely.
like, oh, everyone's gonna love this. Aluminum welding, such an art.
80 views.
Yeah, 80 views. So check that one out because I thought it was awesome.
Lovo Savin said, but I want a 458 Italian in nice condition and did a sad face emoji. I'm pretty sure that is.
Oh, okay.
And he said, sorry, I will subscribe.
Okay, thank you. And
Thank
you know
you.
what, you know what, I do like the coupes. I like the body line of the coupe. So when we get this top down, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the front we got the tool kits, the air compressor, and the car cover. So everything that it should have, it does. We got an owner's manual, pretty much all the paperwork that came with this vehicle normally. So.
Need money for BMW 43 said, it's going to be painted red, right? The factory color.
You know what, factory is black on this one. So
I wanted Dad to paint it red.
It's just, it would be so much money to do every nook and cranny of this vehicle red.
Yeah, which is true.
We just don't have the money, and a lot of people want factory. So if somebody wants it red, they can always wrap it red, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But to do every nook and cranny, it's just
it's just
not
a
worth
lot
it.
of work.
So
a lot of work and a lot of money. So,
yeah. So another issue we do have is a little bit of leather shrinkage. I don't know, you might not be able to see it, Clark, but the top portion of the gauge cluster does have a little leather pulling away, which is common with the 458s.
Sorry about the glare, guys.
Yeah, and being a Texas car, that's just the heat alone probably did it.
Lovo Savin said so, bye-bye.
Oh, is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, see you, buddy. Nice chatting with you. So let's do the top. We'll take the top down. You want to close the engine lid?
Yeah, sure. There we go.
You got some music on, eh?
Yeah, I can't. I didn't want you to hear it. Don't want to get a copyright.
Yeah. You don't want to get copyrighted, that's for sure.
So this is top down, beat style, as I call it.
Yeah. Cannot beat, yeah.
So 14 seconds. That top goes down.
By the way, that's the same time as a Corvette.
Yeah, new Corvettes.
So, yeah.
Need money for BMW 43 says, you guys are amazing on camera though. Have you been on YouTube for a long time?
No. Well, 2 years we've been doing this. So,
yeah. So
you
a
know
lot
what?
of experience.
We have gotten better. Like I said, we're the first ones to admit our first videos were a little rough.
Yeah, a little
amateurish.
Yeah, amateur.
And you know what? Every video we do, we seem like we're getting better and better. So the editing process takes a long time, but we are going to improve. And I have to stop saying right? I sound like our old prime minister. He was bad for that but it's coming. So there's the car. Did you maybe come back and take a good shot of it, Clark?
Good shot, yeah.
Sorry, the tires are in, or the seats are in the way. Our little.
And there it is, people.
So, you know what? I really do love the 488 rims. I think it's a good addition. We do have to play with the tire size to make the speed sensors happy from what I've been told, but that's something we'll do. But yeah, do you guys want to hear it? Who wants to hear this thing?
Who wants to hear this?
How many people do we have online, Clark?
6 and 6 likes.
6
So,
likes. And has everybody subscribed? Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps us out.
Need money for BMW says 21-inch, and Benji Games 2 said once it's painted, it will bring this project come together.
Yeah, it will bring it together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Benji Games 2 said fire it up.
Fire it up. Okay, go to the back, Clark, where the exhaust is.
Here we go. The moment you've all been waiting.
Sorry about the cheers, guys. Let me move this out of the way.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Yikes, that's scary.
Oh yeah.
Now, I had it warmed up, everyone, so I'm not doing this cold. It had been running for quite a while. Let's make sure all our lights
Wow.
go out.
That is an absolute monster.
What do you say?
So that's it, guys.
Open up the engine.
Oh, well, it's more the sound, but
The sound. I'll let you guys hear that close.
Here's the engine, guys.
Full speed.
don't see too much. You just hear it.
Wow. Always lovely to hear a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Many for BMW said, wow, sounds amazing.
yeah. That's the best part about the 458, hey?
Yeah, you cannot beat the sound. That's for sure.
Here, Dominic, go down there, and
Yeah.
they'll get a good sound of it.
I don't want to be deaf, so. Oh no. Cover your ears. Alright. Alright. Woo! That's
Okay.
good. That's.
Need money for BMW 43 says 4.L, right?
Yeah, it's a 4.5 liter, right? And then 8-cylinder. That's what that 4.5 and then 8, 458. Okay, let's have a seat again, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Now it's time for me to retract this. Give me one.
Oh, maybe Dominic can help you set up
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
You want to help him with the legs there? You
Yeah.
got it?
Here, yeah, you got it, Clark. Yeah.
Yeah, the other ones might have to go down. So,
Yeah.
sorry about the jiggles here. Here, I'm gonna help Clark.
I got this.
Okay, put her
There
down.
we go.
All right.
There we go.
She's a little crooked.
That's fine. All right.
Oh, here, I'll fix that, Clark. Probably.
Someone said.
Just let it down.
Have you rebuilt any
Oh,
other cars?
It's Lobo 7 again. He's back.
He's back.
Let it go down.
He's back, people.
There you go.
Name a car for an edit.
Okay, let's get back in
Yeah.
focus.
Lobo 7 is back, people.
Okay, I don't know if we're both in the camera there. Clark, are we good?
Yeah,
So,
we're good.
being outside, it's raw, right?
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
very raw.
live. So I like doing these outside.
Yeah, it's actually
nice.
quite nice.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good, hey?
Yeah.
And it helps with Clark, our cameraman.
Yeah.
The new Spielberg right there. The next Spielberg. So anyway, yeah, let's see. Name a car for an editor?
It means, if I'm right, does that mean a short editor?
Name a car for an edit.
I don't. We don't
Name a
know
car,
what
just
that.
Name a car.
Name a car, McLaren.
McLaren.
I would like doing a McLaren, but you know what? I like Ferraris. We do have an old Porsche 944 Turbo in the shop. That's something we can work on. It's in good shape. It just needs engine work.
Okay, he
But-
said. Oh, sorry. Lobos Evan said, "Okay, which one?"
You know what? I don't know my McLarens that well. Chris Six is doing one on YouTube right now, and is it a 720 that he's doing? I like those.
I believe so.
And the Inja is doing one also. It's nice guy too. He does respond to all the comments I throw out. So I really feel like his channel and ours is quite alike because
Quite alike, yeah.
there is a budget that's always in the way.
Lover 7 just revealed his home city. I am from Rome.
Rome. We want to go to Italy.
Yeah, we want.
Yeah, that's on our agenda. But we did do Greece, and next stop is Rome.
Yeah.
So we are looking to go to its homeland.
Benji Games 2 said, "Would you buy from Copart in the States again, or try to stick with the CA cars?"
Yeah.
I would buy.
Yes.
Well, there's a better selection in the U.S. obviously. You know what? There are a few that do come in Toronto. Before we bought this one, we were going to actually do what was it? Not a A12 Superfast. The ones that came before that, the model. I forget the model.
I forget it too.
Anyways, we were going to buy that one. It had very little front end damage, but we just couldn't get the bidding process figured out because we were brand new. So we kind of missed out on that. So that would have been, I think they were 512 Berlinettas. I think that's what they were called.
I think so, yeah.
So I kind of a little upset we missed out on that one. And I've seen a couple Californias go through Canada auction. There was an F8 down in Calgary, Alberta, but I know it'd be impossible for us to fix that one. So, but
Lobo Salvan says, "Yeah, hada."
and then how much did the whole build cost? You know what? I'm not completely sure. I have been terrible at keeping track, but I'm gonna guess we're probably more than likely at $100,000 for everything we've done so far, and that's Canadian.
So
Again, there was a few things that I caused damage at. It's really the shipping.
Clark is gone.
Oh, is Clark taking off? Or we lost our cameraman. So the costs were a little bit more. The paint job, I'm guessing, is going to be about 20,000 Canadian, if not more, and then the PPF and so on. So I think I'm hoping to get about 250, 260 Canadian for the car. I know it's a rebuild title, but these cars up here, I think right now I only see about 4 or 5 for sale in all of Canada, and they're all at about 330 to 340 range. So, you know, if somebody can save about 80,000 Canadian, 90,000 Canadian, that's kind of our hope. So the final cost of the project I'll reveal once we're completely done, but that's kind of where I think we're at right now.
Yeah.
Benji
Unfortunately.
Games 2 said, "I actually really like the California. I don't think they get nowhere near the love they should."
Yeah.
You know what? I
love
agree.
it. I love it.
I like the Californias.
Yeah, it's good.
And I wouldn't mind doing one because they do share a lot of parts with the 458. Yeah, you know what? If one comes up, I would have to stay away from the rear end damage because the mechanism in the back for the roof, I feel might be a sticking point if there was any severe damage in the back. I think that would just be so hard to get functioning again. But no, I'm with you. I do like the California. I haven't driven one, but I think it would be a lot of fun.
Need money for BMW 43 said 20K, and Lovo 7 said hi. Lovo 7 said again bye. I think
He's gone.
Yeah.
So and then the paint is not going to go to a factory dealer, but it is a hot rod repair shop. It's one of my officers at the fire department's nephew. They do high-end hot rod rebuilds, but he is a PPG authorized shop. So the paint that Ferrari does use, they're an authorized user for that product, which was nice. But he came out to see the car a little over a year ago. I feel really bad because we had to keep delaying it.
Yeah.
But things happen. But I'm really looking forward. They've done, I think, a Lamborghini, and they've done some Porsches, but mostly a lot of hot rod work. But their work looks fabulous, so I'm not really worried that it won't come back perfect.
Yeah.
So that's where we're headed.
Lee Manning for BMW said, is it going to be painted at an official dealer of Smith?
That's what I just answered.
Benji Games 2 said 100% agree. It was front end damage. You should definitely go for it.
And that was the California. I agree. I just would be a little cautious with the engine being up front. So it's kind of the same with the super fast model.
Yeah.
But again, I wouldn't mind doing another one of these because now I wouldn't be so cautious on, cutting things apart. I kind of know how everything works, but really I think the key is to buy a parts car, a flood parts car, and get that first, and then really be a little picky on the vehicle that you buy, that you can have all the parts that you need, and then maybe buy a rear end damaged one, slight rear end damaged one, and then you can rebuild 2 cars with one.
Yeah.
I think that would be key.
That'd be
the way to
good.
do it.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to make a profit. This was kind of an experiment to just my son and I to work on the car, to own a Ferrari,
to grow a channel,
and
and
grow a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We should have done it during COVID.
Yeah.
We missed the boat.
But
we appreciate everybody that's on live right now and helping us out. Spread the word for us. We would appreciate that, because really the like and subscribe, the view hours, start us out at episode 1, the video 1, and watch us through, and you'll see the progress. So we kind of really started the channel as, okay, we're going to tell you, we're going to tell you what size of bolt this is, and so we kind of got away from that. I like that kind of stuff, but I think the majority of the YouTubers might find it a little too much. So we kind of got the flow going a little bit quicker in our videos. And I agree, they flow a lot better, but they might not be as instructive, but they are entertaining. So check us out from day 1 when we bought the vehicle and up until today.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the before and after. Like before, it was just Dad in a car in the Ford F-150, I think, and he had it vertical instead of horizontal. And when I was editing it, I was like, oh, why is this vertical? And Dad was like, oh no, I messed up there.
You know what? In my defense, it was cold, and it was a long trip, winter. So I was hauling this vehicle back in a long trailer in the winter. So I had a lot of things on my mind. I made sure all the paperwork was done. I had to get to the border during a certain time, because you kind of have to let them know when you're crossing the border. So a lot of stuff on my mind, and I was just worried I wasn't going to get the vehicle onto the trailer. And then I found out there was a broken CV shaft axle. So that it was a lot of fun, but I'm just glad we got it back. So.
Yeah.
But
Need money for BMW said, I subscribe and I really take the time to go through your videos. Sounds like you guys do amazing work.
You know what? I think we've done pretty good work. The guy that came to weld did a really good job, and we've cleaned every inch underneath this car. Not perfect, but the aluminum cleaner that we used did such a great job. If I owned this car, I would clean the aluminum that way every year. So that's one thing some YouTubers, I'm like, just take the time to clean every component, because that's what a Ferrari needs. It needs to be
fabulous.
Yeah, it does.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it looks great. When that aluminum pops, you can't beat it.
Yeah.
So, so we have 7 watching. Too bad it wasn't 7,000, but maybe one day.
Hey, maybe one day, but thank you for everyone who is watching right now. Really appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. If it wasn't for you guys, we would have probably quit a long time ago. But it seems like we're getting a little bit traction on YouTube. You know, it's tough. The algorithm can beat you up, but we're going to keep plugging away and bringing you at least through the end to this project, get you onto the Range Rover project, and then hopefully maybe another Ferrari project. That's our goal, is to keep bringing the Ferrari brand back to life.
That was a bug right there.
No, okay.
Yeah, I heard a buzz.
I thought you were like, stop, don't talk.
No,
Mom's here.
no,
Don't let her know
no.
we want to do another one. So, yeah, that would be the goal. We love the Ferrari brand, and to bring these back to life so people can enjoy them, I think is an important thing to do, because I think they get written off quite easily. Where the damage looks worse than it really is.
Yeah.
And I think there's not so many of these cars to start with, and I think it's a shame that, you know, they get destroyed. But I guess we also need parts cars to bring some back to life. But
yeah.
So so I think another week or so the roads will dry up around here, so we might be able to get some driving shots of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And we
maybe
won't do.
We're planning to do publish more live streams, or, you know, get more live streams out. You know, we're trying to do it every weekend or something like that.
Especially with the nice weather.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get some driving shots in. Live repair again. That was very popular, the live repair.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some sticky button stuff there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think with the nicer weather, we'll be able to show you what the car does on the road, some drive-bys. Like I said, we live out in the country, so we can do some driveway shots and that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I appreciate everybody's questions. We might sign off. We have a dog that we need to take for a walk and do some family stuff on Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then maybe I have to go work one more night shift at the fire hall tonight, and then I'm off. But next weekend we'll try and do another one. Yeah. And we'll maybe be able to do a little bit of drive-by and then show you the car moving, and also some drive-by with the sounds. So if everybody's okay with that, we'll sign off. We thank everyone for visiting us, and hello from Canada. Well, I guess goodbye from Canada. We appreciate you. Like and subscribe really helps us out.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Take care.
Take care.